All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second release meeting for Kubernetes 1.27. And I know for many of you, this will be your first meeting. Just a quick note that this meeting is covered by the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which can be boiled down to please be excellent to one another. First things first, if everyone that's here can go ahead and add your name to the attendees list, just so we can have a record of everyone that was here. And this meeting, I think, is probably going to run a little bit longer than our typical release meeting because we're going to be doing a lot of introductions to meet all of the shadows that are joining us here. So normally these tend to go pretty quick, but I think we'll run a little longer this time. So I'll just kick off with an introduction. I'm Xander. I am the 1.27 release lead. And professionally, I work at Microsoft as an open source product manager. I've been with the release team since version 1.20. So yeah, certainly if any questions come up through the process, I'm always happy to answer things and I try to be as available as possible on Slack. So really, please just ping me anytime. We'll run down the list here and I'll have the leads for each sub-team introduce themselves and then provide time for any of the new shadows that are here to say a quick hello if you'd like to as well. So yeah, let's jump to enhancements with Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Rossetti. Professionally, I also work at Microsoft in an Azure open source team. And with Kubernetes, I've been involved mainly with SIG Windows for 4 or 5 years, where I'm the co-chair of that SIG. I do pop in a lot of other SIGs or special interest groups occasionally, and this is I've been on the release team since as the enhancements shadow for 125 and 126, and now I'm the lead. Yeah, thank you, Grace. I've worked with Grace on enhancements. She's led it too. Last week we had a couple of the shadows introduce themselves. I think Artharva is on the call and wasn't able to introduce themselves. So do you want to say hi?
Yeah, hello, I'm Atharva. I'm currently a junior student. This is my, I think, 3rd time as an enhancement shadow. So happy to be here, and I see a lot of similar faces too. So hello, everyone.
Hello and welcome. I believe all of the other shadows introduced themselves last week. Should we do that again, Xander? Or
I think it's up to your shadows. If any of them would like to say hello again, they're welcome to. Otherwise, we can move on to.
I don't think I had a chance to introduce myself. My name is Drew Hagan. I am a full stack software engineer at a student information system company, and have started to grow an interest in DevOps and cloud native technologies. So I'm really excited for this opportunity, and I'll be shadowing on CI Signal.
Welcome. And I'm realizing too, I think before we move on from enhancements, I skipped over my amazing lead shadows, who I would love for them to say a quick hello again, so the new shadows can meet you. Why don't we start with Heba? I know Heba's on the call. Or let's see. Heba is unavailable at the moment. Kat, I see you. You want to introduce yourself?
Hello. Good morning, everybody. My name is Kat. For my actual day job, I work at Dell as a lead developer advocate, but I have been on the release team since 1.2.2 officially, though, because of the 1.2.1 Docker ship drama, I was involved there at the end too. But I've been around for a while. I was on comms for a minute. I've led comms, and this is my second round as a release lead shadow, which is a super fun role, it turns out. But yeah, I've been around for a minute, not as long as Xander, but happy to be here once again.
Thank you, Kat.
You're welcome.
Hossein, I see you on the call. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Hossein Salahi. Yeah, professionally I work at Liquid Reply in Germany. Yes, we are classical cloud consulting company, but my focus is in cloud native. Yeah, beside that, I've been part of a release team since 121, been shadowing CI Signal and then been leading CI Signal, was an enhancement team with Grace, and then later in bug triage with Heba. Then I was leading bug triage, and yeah, it's great to be with you. Thanks.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Xander. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
had problems. Yeah, okay. So hi, everyone. My name is Heba. I work for Microsoft and AKS team as a software engineer. I've been involved in the release SEG since 1.18 as an enhancement of Shadow and then Bacteria Shadow, Bacteria lead. So I've been involved for a while now. It's amazing place to like to get involved and to know everyone. Yeah, and happy to be here with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think I see Priyanka on the call, which makes sense because time zones are difficult, but you all will see Priyanka in future meetings as well. So all
They're
of
on.
the lead shadows, sorry, what was that?
I see Priyanka.
Is she here?
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
go ahead, Priyanka.
I had some audio issues, so I dropped for a minute. Hey everyone, my name is Priyanka Sagu. I work for SUSE. I work in the ALB Linux operating system team as a Kubernetes integration engineer. I have been part of the release team since 1.23 release cycle as part of the enhancements team, and during the last cycle, I was a release lead shadow. And yeah, happy to be back to the release team again. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So all new shadows here, the lead shadows, this whole group has been around for a while, so they're definitely here to be a resource for you. If you have any questions or anything throughout the process, like feel free to reach out to, like I said, myself or any of the lead shadows as well. So from here, we did enhancements, and actually, Mark, if you want to just update on the yellow status, I would love to hear that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's yellow or green because it's still early in the release, but some updates that we're still working on getting a pat to use in the prod jobs to update the enhancements board. There's a link to a quote unquote final Slack thread because there's been a whole bunch of different discussions on this, and Heba's been a big help with that. I have a GitHub action running in a personal GitHub repo to update it, so it is getting updated automatically, but it would be good to get a more official solution going. We have some onboarding meetings scheduled for today with all of the shadows, and I've been working on PRs to get everybody into all of the appropriate groups. The org membership PRs are done, and I think all of the group ones, I just need to rebase. So we'll get that cleaned up hopefully this week too. So far, there's been 34 enhancements added to the board, but we haven't gone through and started sorting them and figuring out what stage they're in yet. So we'll provide those updates next week.
Sounds good. Do we have any questions for enhancements before we move on? All right, cool. So let's move to CI Signal with Laura. I'll let Laura introduce herself, and then any of your shadows that would like to introduce themselves.
Yeah, totally. Hi, everybody. Especially to all the new shadows. My name is Laura. I am the lead for CI Signal for this release. Previously, I've been a shadow on CI Signal and the enhancement sub-team in prior releases. My day job, I work at Google on GKE as a software engineer. And yeah, pretty excited to have a good 127 with all of you. So just the general status for CI Signal is green. We're pretty early on right now, and the test grids are holding steady. And the The incoming shadows have been selected and are all on the call right now, I believe. So welcome to Viam and Drew, and welcome back to Meha and Grace. So I think we heard from Drew earlier, but Viam, do you want to come off mute and say hello?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Laura. Hi, everyone. My name is Vyom, and I'll be your CI Signal Shadow for 1.27. And I'm a pre-final year student pursuing my computer science engineering. And I've worked in the past with Kubernetes as a HelpX mentee. And I've also taken part in GSOC with the textual organization. So yeah, that sums about me, and I'm pretty excited to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. And Meha, I think you're on the call too. Want to say hi?
Yes, sure. Hello, everyone. Myself, Meha Bhaloria. I am a student yet pursuing my bachelor's in computer engineering and a final year student, and also working at Red Hat as an software quality engineering intern. And apart from that, I have played a role in release team as a docs shadow in 1.2.3 and 1.2.4, and as a CI signal shadow in 1.26, and again here and looking forward. Thank you.
Awesome. And then Grace is also on CI Signal. You want to say hi?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Grace. I'm a senior at Waterloo, currently interning at Expo. I've been on the team since 1.21, I think. I've led enhancement. I'm excited to see familiar and new faces.
Cool. All right. I'll be onboarding the shadows this week, like literally right after this meeting is when we will be meeting. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, that's it for CI Signal.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Did we have any questions for CI Signal before we move on? Sounds good. Let's jump over to bug triage with Angelos.
Yes, hello everyone. First of all, sorry if my sound is not okay. I had some issues earlier, but I hope it's better now. As for the background for the status of the team, we're waiting for one member to join the Kubernetes organization, and then we can start with adding people to the right groups, and then we can start managing the issues. We have started with onboarding by doing all the necessary actions at first, and we will have our team meeting soon to onboard the new shadows. I believe the new shadows are all but one here in the call. So Carlos, Partvi, and Somya, if I'm not mistaken with how your names are pronounced, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Carlos Santana. On my day job, I'm a AWS EKS specialist, solutions architect. I've been with the release lead in 124 and 125 as release notes shadow, release notes lead, and now learning about bug triage. But happy to be here.
Yeah. Hey, I'll go next. Hi. I hope I'm audible because this has not worked with me before. All good? Yeah, okay, hi. So my name is Partvi. This is my second time shadowing for the release team. The first time was in 1.24 when I worked with Mickey and Kat. So hey, I was the comms shadow then, and this time I'm with bug triage team. So I'm happy about it. And on my day job, I work as a software engineer at Red Hat, working on developer tools around OpenShift. So that's all. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Soumya. I'm part of Bug Triage Shadow. My day job, I work as a QA manager in Sousa Rancher, based out of California. Super excited to be here. This is my first time here. We have worked a lot with Kubernetes, and I can't believe I've not applied before. So super excited to be on the team. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And for me, because I skipped that part, my day job, I'm a software engineer at Canonical, working on the microcase distribution. And I've been on the release team since 126. I was a shadow for the bug triage team, and I'm happy to lead it for this cycle. And as a final update, so similar to enhancements, I'm waiting to see how we will proceed with the personal access token for the proud job to configure to automatically update the bug triage board with this for 127. And I'm probably going to set up a GitHub action for now, similar to what Mark is doing. That's it from our side. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Do we have any questions for bug triage? All right, let's move over to docs with Mickey.
Hey folks, my name is Mickey. I work at Oracle as a product manager for our managed Kubernetes service. I've been with the release team since 1.22. I've worked on as a comms shadow, a comms lead, a docs shadow, and now as a docs lead. So we are currently in the process of onboarding our final shadow to the K8s org. I'll update all the team membership when the org membership updates are complete. On my end, I also need to create the 1.27 docs branch when both team membership and org memberships are complete. And finally, I'm scheduling our shadow onboarding meeting for next week.
Sounds good. Do you have any shadows that are on the call that would like to say hello?
I believe I have one. I saw Tanya's on the call.
Hello, hi everyone. I am Tanya. I'm currently an engineering student interested in the cloud native ecosystem. Really happy to be a part of the release team. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome. All right, let's move to comms.
Hey everyone, my name is Harshita. I'm an engineering student and I have been in the release cycle since 1.25. I have shadowed for bug triage and then for comms, and now I am comms lead for this cycle. The status for comms is green as this is initial stage of the cycle. And I see 2 of my shadows on call. So please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I guess I can go first. Yeah. Am I audible? Can someone confirm?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, this is Nancy. So I work as a DevRel engineer at Gitpod. And before this, I've been using Kubernetes a lot. So I'm so happy that I'm able to contribute this time. This is going to be my first time. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Have any other comms? Looks like Tony's mic is broken. Sorry,
Yeah.
Tony. Any other comm shadows that would like to say hello? All right, well, let's move back to release notes since I skipped that one.
Hi everyone, my name is Harsha. I'm at my day job. I work at Cisco. I've been with release team for 2 cycles in sequence from 126, 127. Before that, I worked with Navarun on 118 and to an extent on 119 as well. As for the updates though, we have done our shadow onboarding work. We have had a discussion. We went through some of the examples. We also did a quick demo how to set up the tooling and then get the release notes generated. And there's a couple of pull requests that I have opened in terms of getting the contacts added to the right owner aliases and lists. And there's a pull request that I think got approved by Sasha in terms of updating it into the SIG release under the contact list. That's all I have from the updates, and all of the shadows are on the call. So Anna, Yash, Sanchita, and then Ricky. So please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi there, I can go first. My name is Ana Margarita Medina. For my professional job, I'm a staff developer advocate over at Lightstep. And I'm very excited to be in this part of the release team once again. Last release, I was part of release notes as well. And in 1.25, I was on comms under Cat. So it's always been really fun to see how everything comes together and continue growing the Kubernetes space.
Hi, everyone. Oh, sorry. Hi, everyone. My name's Ricky Stowski. I'll be a shadow on the release notes. This is my first release team that I'm a part of, so excited to be here and help. Professionally, I work at Amazon AWS as a system engineer. And yeah, I can't wait to dive in.
Sounds like there's 2 more shadows on release notes. Everyone, is that right?
Yeah, I think this both of them are on the call. Sanchita and Yash, I think. Sanchita or Yash, one of you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
No pressure to speak if you're not feeling up to it either. We can always and feel free to introduce yourself at any time in the future if you'd like. Otherwise, could be mic problems, but yeah, let's move on to release branch management. Cece, are you on the call?
Yes. Hi. Hi everyone. This is Cici Huang. In the current release, I'll be acting as the release branch manager. And just a quick introduction. I've been with release team starting back to release 1.22, and I was the Kubernetes 1.25 release lead as well. Professionally, I'm currently working at Google as a software engineer, and I look forward to working with all of you. Regarding with the release branch management updates, we have like a planned Alpha 1 release next week, and I'm still working on getting all the access, but hopefully that will went through smoothly. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you. And then James, you're up.
Hello. My name is James Laverack. I'm the Optimus advisor for this release of Kubernetes. Professionally, I'm a staff solutions engineer at JetStack, which is a UK-based Kubernetes consultancy most famous for Cert Manager, if you've seen that. On the release team, this is my 8th release team. The first one I was in was 1.18, and I'm also a former release lead back on 1.24. So I've been around for a while at this point. My job is to look after all of the shadows. That's my role. On that note, shadow selection is complete. All shadows should now be informed of their status one way or the other. And thank you to everyone who applied. We had an awful lot of applications, and I'll talk about the numbers in a minute. So even if you were not successful, thank you so much for applying. It really is very, very useful to us. I'm working with the leads to handle org membership, which is mostly done at this point, and a few other onboarding tasks. There's been a lot of confusion around onboarding, which I think is my bad for missing a bunch of the details. I'm going to update the handbook going forward to detail how this should be done for future releases, and I've been talking to Navarone about that as well. The other things coming up, I'm going to send a survey out over the next day or two to arrange a shadow orientation session, or probably more likely 2 or 3 shadow orientation sessions, depending on time zone distribution. This will be a session that shadows can join, where I can explain and answer questions about the release team in general, the release process, the Kubernetes org, etc., that sort of thing. It is optional, but recommended. You should all be going through orientation specific to your role with your role lead as well. But of course, do feel free to ask your role lead any general questions as well. I'm also going to go work with Leo, who is the last release lead and has done a load of work around standardizing how we collect shadow information from the survey. And we're going to try to generate some stats. And the idea is that for the first time ever, we will produce statistics from those shadows that opted into statistics in the shadow survey about the kind of applicants we get using their answers to questions. It'll be, fully anonymized. We're talking to secret treks about it, that sort of thing. And the idea is we will at some point get that emailed out to the dev at Kubernetes.io mailing list. So that will be a useful thing to give to the community. Yeah, that's me.
Awesome. So I think the only updates that I have to share on my side are, like CC mentioned, we have an alpha release next week, which will be exciting. And then group membership for everyone should be completed through a PR that I got merged yesterday. So what that'll do is add all of the shadows to the correct Google groups, which will give you access to edit this document and you get the calendar invites and such, you will need a Google account with the email address that you applied to be a shadow with. And you'll need to be signed in with that Google account on Google Docs to be able to edit this doc and such. So I know if you see things where it's like, rather than letting you edit, it pops up as like a comment, like a change suggestion, you might need to sign in with the Google account that is tied to the email that you applied to be a shadow with, because a lot of your access is tied to that. And like was mentioned, we're finalizing org membership, which once that's completed, should be all of the access things you need to complete your shadow roles. Yeah, and I think starting next week, some of the lead shadows will be hosting this meeting. Yeah, I think that's it. Super appreciate everyone joining and taking the time to introduce yourselves. And I think we're, you know, hopefully this is going to be a great release cycle. Yeah, I think that's all I have. I'm going to stop the recording if I can figure out how.